This is Walk Talk Football, the show where we talk about everything that's on your mind. Today we're talking some Premier League, we're talking some Bundesliga, and the people want to know, do Barcelona even miss Neymar anymore? So let's walk. All right guys, first up, guess what? Andrea Pirlo has finally stopped playing his final game. He came into the end of the game in NYCFC's final playoff match. And Michael Hennigan wants to know, he played his final game last night. Where do you rank him all time for midfielders? When does he sign with the New York Cosmos? I think Pat, who's walking behind the camera right now, would love that. Cosmos have a tradition of signing lots of big name players over the years, including Raul. Remember him? You know, Real Madrid legend, and then went on to Schalke, was a legend there as well. But look, I think I rank him in the top 10 of midfielders. This guy is the maestro. That's why he has the nickname. He's incredible, the kind of guy that made everything look effortless. Remember his quote back in 2006 about winning the World Cup, that he played PlayStation all day? He's one of those calm guys that's going to go down in history. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the best of him, or at least the best of him during his career while he was here in MLS, but he did do some magical things. We're going to miss him. Mad respect to him, and can't wait to see if he comes out of retirement and signs for the New York Cosmos. What about that Super Classico? 10 yellows, 2 reds, lots of chances, and Boca's still going strong with 8 wins out of 8. Look, Boca are really good. They're perfect on the day. They should have been up a man for the entire match. It was a crazy tackle. Boca had a guy sent off for what the ref said was an elbow, but really he just had his hand back. It was a really soft call, bad call, but that game was incredible, incredible. Outside of the red cards and the yellow cards and the intensity that comes in the Super Classico, the goals were incredible. Top corner for the first one for River Plate, the first one for Boca. They were both top finishes. If you guys haven't had a chance, you guys got to make sure you watch that out. That's Boca River. Incredible. Sometimes it's hard to find, but check it out. It's an incredible match, and you don't want to miss it the next time. Next time, by the way, is at the Bombonera, so even more reason to watch. Gonna let this guy go past. Really messing with my vibes right now, causing a lot of noise and distraction. Does Barca even miss Neymar? Away from all of his drama, they just keep winning games. I don't think they miss him. I think Neymar is a big personality, a polarizing person that's been caught up in a lot of things. Don't get me wrong, he is a world-class player. But even without Ousmane Dembele, which is our next question, Barca have been incredible. They've been almost perfect, aside from their draw in the Champions League. They're playing incredibly in the league, and it seems like they've just got that core team chemistry back, which seems like they were moving more towards that big name player philosophy like Real Madrid has, and Neymar fits in more of that. But this is also one of those things where again, and it says in this question, did all parties finally win in a transfer for once? This is a rare opportunity where Neymar cost a fortune, but it seems like Barcelona are better off without him. They have more team chemistry. It's allowed Messi to continue in his role as the leader. You don't have everybody fighting to be the superstar. And then on the flip side, Neymar got what he wants. He's now the leader at a club that's in first place. I guess the real decider is going to be who goes deeper in the Champions League. If PSG goes to a final or if Barcelona goes to a final, then we'll decide who kind of won in that equation. But for right now, it seems like both parties are benefiting from the transfer. Should Barcelona bring Goretzka? I think he'd be a great addition to the team. He's been the best player for Schalke this year. And I know it's not position for position, but I'd be happy to see Goretzka go to Barcelona because, one, they have an aging midfield, but also because that means Weston McKennie's going to have more chances to get on the field at Schalke, which we need in the U.S. We need more guys spread out, playing in MLS and competitions, playing in Europe and competitions, South American competitions, all bringing a different level of experience and expertise into the national team so we can qualify for, I don't even know when the next World Cup is. It's so far away, but it's such a depressing topic. But either way, I'd love to see Goretzka go because I think he'd be good for Barcelona, and Weston McKennie be a regular starter at Schalke, one of the biggest clubs. By the way, Schalke have a chance to finish second place this year. They're not going to finish first, okay? Bayern Munich's going to win the league, but they could finish second because it's really tight between them, Dortmund, and RB Leipzig, so keep an eye on that. What else do we have here? How did Slaven Bilic get this long of a leash with West Ham, but Bob Bradley didn't with Swansea? Is it because he's better looking? That's actually a really funny question. I don't think so. I mean, obviously, I think 2 seasons ago, Slaven was incredible. They had one of the best defenses in all of the Premier League. They had Dimitri Payet, that was probably one of the best players in the Premier League, and so I think he lived off of that for the last couple of years, because last year they struggled too, and this year they're struggling again. So I think it was time to make a change. Obviously, he's a rock star, cool earrings and whatever, but you know, eventually that doesn't get you anywhere. in a results-driven. This guy, I'm almost positive this guy's just going in circles now because he knows we're recording. So pisses me off, guy. Anyways, moving on. He had a poor performance by his lofty standards, but KDB still scored and kept things ticking. Is he now one of the best center midfielders in the world? Guys, I've said this a million times. Pep Guardiola does not toss compliments around like it's nothing. He's a very strategic man who holds his compliments very tight to his chest, but he continues to say how good Kevin De Bruyne is. And if you saw his goal, it started with his first one-touch chance that then turned into a rebound, and then he did a little 1-2 and then put it to the back post. It was an incredible goal. And so you have to assume he's one of the best, not just because of the goal, because he's been incredibly good all year long. Pep Guardiola says he's his favorite player, or is the best player on the team, or whatever Pep says about him. Pep constantly says he's the best, so why would I vote against him? So yeah, incredible, and definitely one of the best center midfielders in the world. Man City is grinding my gears. Can they be stopped? Will they ever burn out? Will they run away with the title? Can United fight back? United can fight back, which I'll answer in a second, but can they be stopped? I don't think so. I mean, if you just look at the way John Stones is playing this year, Otamendi, both these guys who struggled incredibly last year, they were average players last year. Otamendi or John Stones was really young and people thought he needed experience, and you're seeing it now. He's such a leader. You can see his body language. And Otamendi, who so many people, even though he is an Argentine international and considered at that top tier of player, a lot of people complained about his abilities in the Premier League for a long time, and he's finally found his form. They found a rhythm together. So I don't see anybody catching him at this point. And talking about Man United, they're the only ones I realistically see catching them. Well, Tottenham are really good too, so Tottenham do have a chance. But in terms of depth and stuff, I think City are just too good. But for Man United, they're just. And we actually we have a question here about it. Is Mourinho too negative in big games to really be the special one? Shows too much fear. It's true. I think in 900 minutes against the top 6 teams, Man United have scored 1 goal. Lukaku didn't have 1 touch inside of the area yesterday in their game against Chelsea, and so that's a problem. And you know, in an off year when everybody's competitive and stuff, this type of like pragmatism works. This type of conservative approach works. But when a team is as good as they are, like you have with Man City this year, where they're playing wide open, they're scoring goals, and their defense is very, very sound, you're not going to win in the league. You're just not going to do it. So I think Special One needs to eventually make some adjustments, because this is one of those years. Last year he had his first year. This year they expected him to win the title, as he's done in the past. But if he doesn't find some sort of things to change, it's not going to work. And Lukaku, a guy like Lukaku, has to get the ball in the box. You saw when he had a nice strike from outside the area early on in the match. You could see him getting him into his rhythm, but if all of his takes are from deep, he's not going to score a lot of goals. Help the man out. Oh yeah, it says here, Lukaku didn't have 1 touch in Chelsea's box. How is he considered a top striker? I mean, it's true. He didn't have a touch, and I already answered that. He's considered a top striker because people got to find him in the areas to be dangerous. He's a big body, he's physical, and he's got a touch for goal. But if every time, we're seeing it with Ronaldo right now. People say the same thing about Ronaldo. If he's not getting the ball in decent positions, like literally decent looks on goal, he's not going to score goals. And so he's still a world-class player, and he's going to be one of the go-to guys for Belgium at the World Cup. What do you think of, what does United need to do to catch up City? Oh, I already answered that. What do you think of MLS moving to a single elimination game playoff structure in all rounds? I think I'd kind of like that. I think the home and away is cool too. When I was a player, I like that because it's a different type of strategy. But the one-off games, they reward performance in the regular season, which is, I think, a step towards creating more accountability in the regular season and finishing higher and really going for points in the regular season. And then having that home field advantage over 90 minutes, or just for one game over 90 minutes, is going to change the way people play the entire year, and then also give a true advantage to the home team throughout the playoffs, which I don't think is necessarily the case right now. I know you have some sort of advantage with getting to play home, second, whatever, but I think that's a really good shout. What else do we have here? Low-key, I feel like you guys need to address the top teams in Liga MX for another video, since it's a very hot topic at the moment. Well, look, I'm not going to pretend to know more about Liga MX right now. I've kind of fallen off with paying close attention. That's my fault. I usually love following that. I know that Chivas has been struggling, but get down in the comments and let me know what you think. Update me on Liga MX. I know it's one of the most exciting leagues in the world to watch, and there's always all kinds of dramas and derbies and things like that. But again, I've kind of fallen out of touch with it, so if you could update me, that would be great. Next up, thought on John Burke's return versus Berlin. Wolfsburg have been poor, but Brooks seems rusty, especially in the first 20 seconds. It's actually really funny. I mean, naturally, no matter what level you play at or what sport you play at, if you've been out for a while, coming back, you're going to be rusty, especially in the first 20 seconds. You got to get your bearings, you got to get your feel to the game, and you can simulate that all you want in training, but if you don't have, like, you can't actually replicate that. It's just getting real game experience. So hopefully he bounces back and gets back to the national, I don't know why I'm saying national team. There's not another relevant game for years with the national team right now, but we do need him. We need him to continue to develop, so hopefully he lasts more than 20 seconds in terms of nerves and quality, and we can actually get him back to a high level, because he's been really good for the U.S. at times, and also not very good at times. But that's the whole point of getting better and being young, is you get to improve, especially in the Bundesliga. Lots of pressure on him. You know, he's going to make or break him as a player, so to speak. What else do we have here? Why can't Sunil Gulati or Gulati-related people just resign from U.S. soccer? I don't think it's necessarily an ego thing as much as it is them truly thinking they can make a difference. Now, I can't look on paper and say what Sunil Gulati has or hasn't done. He's obviously been part of the women winning a World Cup, but he's also been part of the controversy of not wanting to pay them equally. So I think there's a lot of stuff that goes into that, but I think if you were to ask them if they've done a good job, they would think yes, and they think that this is just another step along the way to improving soccer as a whole in the U.S., and I think that they feel that they've been very key parts of that, you know. And so why they don't resign is probably for that reason. They think that they have a mission, that they're still on this mission. They still have things that they want to accomplish that they haven't yet. I don't think it's necessarily just doing it to hold their ground or be against somebody. I mean, ultimately, I think we all have the goal of making soccer something really, really special in the United States, and there's nobody that has truly bad intentions, and so I don't want people to misunderstand and think that Sunil Gulati staying in his position or running again for president is a bad thing. It's a good thing for him to run. It's a good thing for others to run and see who can challenge him and make the improvements they want. But the more people that are getting involved, the better it is. And I think that's. Also, we just found out Kyle Martino is also running, so that makes Eric Ronaldo and Kyle Martino as former players that are running for USSF president. Apparently he's stepping down immediately for his role at NBC Sports as an analyst or to run for president, so it'll be interesting to see what changes he thinks he can bring to the table. So either way, this is stirring a lot of positive change. Former players, current players are getting involved, people who've never been around the game getting involved, seeing that they can make a change for kids and moving on up. So I'm excited about it, and time will tell whether we make the right decision, because it's all going to come down to voting and then those guys actually following through, and not just being politicians, but actually following through to make a big difference in the sport. So, all right, guys, time to move to haters. Heath, can I get an ID on the denim jacket in the thumbnail? I don't know what denim jacket is. I don't know what brand that denim jacket is. Actually, no, it's Topshop. I got it in Dubai. My wife got it for me, not me. But yeah, that's where it's from. I think that's the one that's in that shot. That's not really a hater. That's my boy, Mackie. Thanks for. Oh, no big deal. Just a cement truck driving by, causing lots of noise. What else? Hey, Dashi. We got our friends here. Thanks for popping by. Thanks for coming by the show. All right, we're gonna keep moving. That's Dash. He's one of our guys. He's a Chelsea fan. One of our newest guys in the office, legend, great guy, one of the nicest guys I ever met. Heath's hair is long AF. I don't know if that's a hater either. I'll take that as a compliment. Lad, you're not a gooner. Get that hat to F. You're not DT, aka Liam. I don't know what that means. That's just a lot of letters, and apparently those letters make a sentence, but to me they don't make any sense at all. Yo, Heath, where'd you get the hat from? I'm assuming that's the Arsenal hat that this guy was talking mess about, and that's a brand called Talisman & Co. I feel like people ask me that question and I answer it pretty regularly, and then no one seems to know where I get that hat. So either I'm not doing a good job, or maybe Talisman needs to up their marketing game to make sure that they're telling people where I get that hat. How is hiring foreign coaches racist? That has nothing to do with race whatsoever. I guess it sort of could be. It depends how granular you get with that. That's more as prejudice against British coaches, but that's not racism. Well, you know, again, that depends how much on a granular level you take that in as, because, it's a very complex issue, and I'm not going to touch it, but perhaps you were right. Perhaps I should have said prejudice and not racist, but again, If you go granular, I might actually be right as well. Anyways, guys, that's all we have for this week. So make sure you guys get down into the comments. Let me know what you think on all things Premier League, La Liga, all that stuff. And comment, like, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next time.